I don't know why. It's like the last song, something happens. You can see on the live MTV thing. It's like, you know, everything was pro except this Monitor Man that didn't have a clue of what was going on. And the crowd's hearing the show. Everything's great. We're hearing spaceships land on stage, backwards echoes.
I was like, what's that?
Screaming feedback. You know, the drummer doesn't know what. Steven doesn't know what's going on. You know, finally I tried to nail the Monitor Man with my microphone, and my tour manager moved, and I nailed him. So, but you can, you know, that was messy.
Yeah.
But it leaves for some excitement. People never know what's going to happen, you know, and they never know if I don't come back, it's like, Axel OD'd, or what happened.
Time to play, boys.
Gentlemen, final words before you go.
Tension breaker, huh?
Where's my vodka?
Not what I...
How do you guys go out? Can we get in the middle of you? And then we'll fall out? All right, we'll get behind you.
Where we can say fuck, shit, fuck.
We cannot swear on this program, but you can have final words.
Fuck.
Finality. No, you figured.
Bestiality, did you say?
No, I told you, Dave. Here,
Have a drink. I love it.
You're not allowed to. Gosh darn.
This is cable.
Only cranberry juice.
This is cable, ladies and
Bastages.
That dirty so-and-so.
So what significance does this have for us to stand here and be a goose?
As you can see, Guns N' Roses. Okay, guys, let's do this thing. Rock and show. Lock and load.
Yeah, man.
Hold on.
He's right up here. I'm getting him up on the side of my side of the guitar.
Guns N' Roses is composed of 5 musicians from such far-flung locales as Seattle, Indiana, Stock-on-Trent, England, and the heart of Hollywood. Guns N' Roses took the LA club circuit by storm 3 years ago with a blistering on- and off-stage attack that used rock, rhythm and blues, and punk as a jumping-off point. It was a giant leap, a leap that recently landed them at the top of the charts.
Debut album from LA Guns is number 4, and last week's number 1 album from AC/DC is down to 3 this week. The first album from Kingdom Come is all the way up to number 2, and the number 1 hard rocking album in the country comes from Guns N' Roses. Still going strong with Appetite for Destruction. Here they are with Welcome to the Jungle.
About 6 years ago, I hitchhiked the country, and on part of that trip, I ended up just kind of stranded in the Bronx, in the jungle of New York, and this old black man came up to me and my friend who were backpacking, and we had like no money, just enough for a couple Cokes, and we're sitting there on the side of the freeway up on the bridge, and this black guy comes in, you know where you are? You're gonna die. You're in the jungle, baby.
We're here with the manager of Guns N' Roses, Doug Goldstein. Doug, is the concert tour wearing on the group, or, you know, what's it like at this stage of the game? You've been on tour for a little while.
Yeah, it's not really even the amount of time that we've been on the stage. It's just the intensity. These guys are nuts. I mean, they keep me hopping all the time. I'm getting about 2 hours of sleep a night.
Is it really true? You can hear the fans screaming in the background. Are these guys as hard rocking, as hard playing as everybody says they are?
Straightforward. It's completely straightforward. A lot of people ask me, What are they like off stage? And nothing's different. I mean, they are the craziest guys I've ever worked for.
So they go just as hard as they play on the stage, in front, after the stage, after the show, in the morning. Okay,
at all times.
They keep you busy.
Real busy. I got to make sure that I always have enough alcohol. It doesn't matter if it's 8 a.m. or when.
Guns N' Roses will be the first one to tell you they did it their way, and they continue to do it their way with their apricot selections here. Anyhow, hitchhiking from L.A. to Seattle, they wanted to make it big, but their car broke down.
So we only made it to Seattle. So we just carried our guitars and told our roadies security gear, and then we took it.
They ended up back in L.A., the toughest city in the world to make it. Guns N' Roses pounded out their own special sound until the hands of different record companies came pounding on their door. Who ended up there with Geffen Records.
Yeah.
Guns N' Roses, tell us how you chose...
How what?
How you chose Geffen over everybody else.
Because everybody else they were the coolest.
Slash, they told us that you were eating some rough meals, but Geffen bought you lobster and steak and everything.
No, Geffen bought us hamburgers. Everybody else bought us lobsters.
Okay, now, seriously.
We had everybody buy us drinks and dinners and everything else. Geffen, because we went with a guy named Tom Zutaut, who also signed Motley Crue, Tesla, Dokken. He's just worked with a lot of people and basically gave us all the money we wanted and all the freedom to do exactly what we wanted, and also help us do what we wanted. Someone who could also lend a hand. Where a lot of these other labels, we could get the money, we could get the freedom, but then they didn't know how to do it. You know, and us being a new band, you don't want to go into a record company and have to tell them how to do everything when you don't have a clue.
Obviously, the sticker is warranted on this album. Do you guys feel at any time that you need to tone down the lyrics or do anything to take this off? Does it bother you that the sticker is on the album cover?
No, the sticker's pointless. The sticker means nothing either way. You know, and like if I don't say the word fuck or whatever on the next record, that's just because it wasn't put in that song. You know, it's nothing to do with, we don't write songs based on trying to get sales or anything else. We just write songs on how we feel and how we're writing that particular song.
Just turned out they had a lot of cuss words, you know, it's street language, right?
I'm not going to change it because, you can't say that.
Slash, you want to say something there?
On the other side of the coin, we don't write words to put fuck in it. It's just their real life stories. And when you talk to somebody on the street, when you talk to somebody anywhere, swear words are going to come into it. Yeah, you know, and so you tell a story and you're going to say, yeah, well, I was down there and this fucking thing and this and that and
so
you know,
whatever just comes natural to you guys.
Yeah, so when you tell a story to anybody, which our songs are, really, you're going to add in anybody in the world. I don't care who it is. Adds in cuss words.
Duff.
What?
West Arkin. My pal.
He's my pal. Wes is my pal.
Could you tell us what inspired you guys to write this song?
Well, me and Wes had a special time in our life where we were really inspired by tequila. And he was teaching me a different kind of tuning of guitars, and we were sitting around. At this point in time, it was like we had just got signed, and before we got signed, it was like people and girls and this and that wouldn't give you the time of day. All of a sudden, we got signed.
Signed by a major label.
Right, so girls were bringing over, you know, we could get booze, and they'd fuck you and suck your dick, you know, and all this and that. And it was ridiculous. It got to a point where it was ridiculous, where people were just doing anything so they could just...
We had this guy named Scott. He works in a record store up in Detroit, and he sells records. He's got a Guns N' Roses tattoo and stuff. He comes to a lot of our shows. And the shows in Atlanta at the Omni, they make the people can't get in the aisles. People can't come to the front of the stage. It's a big law there. The security will get fined like $25,000 if people are in the aisles or anything. But, you know, some of the securities doesn't seem to really care about that. They like the job so they can push around kids. Friday night show, there was this one guy particularly hassling the kids. You know, and the kids don't know. They come running to the front of the stage. They just think it's a concert. And this guy was being overly rough. You know, I jumped off the stage into the pit, leaned over the barricade and grabbed him. 2
nights ago we did a show in Atlanta. About the second song, I found myself on the way to jail.
You know, sometimes I like a big long mic. Used to come up to me, right? I was a little kid, right? You know, you take her so far before, and all of a sudden, it'd be like, you blah, 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 you fucking blah, 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 fuck, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, you'd be like, all right, grandmother's pissed, all right? And she carried a lot of weight around in those days, and she still does. And
Grandma is heavy here, but she does carry her weight.
No, she's a sweet lady, but you know, she's one of the sweetest ladies I know. But you piss her off. You piss her off, and she goes on a fucking, how's it go? Variable plectrum. Plethora of curse words. Shit.
And you thought writing songs was easy.
No, but but I know I just realized is that it'll never work. It just doesn't work.
This won't work.
This does not work. So if you not that I'm saying I'm built like a Heineken bottle, but it just doesn't work. It just doesn't work. And the whole AIDS thing, it just doesn't, it's not going to do anything. It just fucking sucks. I'm on a search for the most normal, respectable girl with the most dirtiest mind. A closet, fucking nymphomaniac type. Just do what we do,
The next record, there'll be a lot of different material on it, and I'm sure that some people that like, the EP or they like this record, they'll go, oh, they've changed, they sold out. But they don't know when those songs were written. They could have been, a lot of them were written before this album was put out. There'll be different changes. There's never anything made just try to get sales, because it's like if we can't make it by doing what we want, then money. So you make a record that sells 7 million copies, but you compromise the whole time. I wouldn't be very proud sitting in my car hearing a cassette of it. I wouldn't be very proud of that. I want the self-satisfaction more than I want that's success to me. I think we made a successful record, even if it's if it could have sold 2 copies. I made the record I wanted to make.
Flash. Turn around tomorrow, right, and cover a Barry Manilow song. It won't. It's just because we felt like doing it regardless of what anybody thought about it, and that's our whole trip. And that's the only reason we're doing whatever we're doing, is because it's like whatever the fuck or whatever. We've been doing whatever we want to do. We say whatever we want to say. We look however we want to look, and no one can say jack diddly squat to us about it. Just to be safe on the safe side about cursing and saying fucking shit. And so that's what we do. And if anybody wants to say anything about it, our whole attitude is completely fucking